Hello, my name is Matthew Bodie. I'm a professor at the University of North Georgia, but I'm also the president of the Georgia Conference of the American Association of University Professors, or the AUP. At its April meeting, the Board of Regents passed unanimously another revision to its post-tenure review policy. You can read it on the University System website. In this short video, I want to talk about the changes made by the Board of Regents and their link to the national AUP censure. You can help the AUP let the Regents know that these changes are not good enough. As a reminder, the national AUP censored the university system in 2022 after the Regents revised its post-tenure review policy in 2021. That censure happened because the Regents gutted rights you had to a final termination hearing where your peers judged the cause of your termination. The AUP censored the system because the Regents separated the post-tenure review policy from the dismissal for cause policy, thus erasing a right to that termination hearing. In other words, they defined a cause for termination, but took away your rights as tenured faculty to have that cause reviewed by your faculty peers. In AUP language, that meant before 2021, we had a right to a final adjudicative hearing where an elected faculty committee would make a recommendation to the president on the cause for your termination stated by your school's administration. The recent April revision offered by the Regents this spring does not restore that right. The AUP regards such hearing and such a right as part of the basic academic due process required when administration wants to terminate a professor for cause. What the Regents passed does not meet AUP standards. The Regents approved a faculty committee hearing solely allowed to, quote, evaluate due process, end quote, of the post-tenure review process that led to a termination decision. That falls short of a faculty committee charged with judging if a cause for termination is merited. Since 2021, the national AUP has offered a simple fix to the Regents. And this simple fix has been made clear both by the AUP and the University System Faculty Council, especially in its meetings with Chancellor Perdue. Yet the Regents and the USG did not follow that suggestion. The fix was to restore the link between the post-tenure review policy and the dismissal for cause policy, thus reestablishing the right to a peer-led hearing that would judge the merits of termination. The action by the Regents in April did not restore that right. They did not restore an important element of academic due process, the heart of what it means to have tenure. And so these changes simply are not good enough. We are all for accountability, but academic due process as a principle demands tenure accountability remain primarily with faculty. A right to a final hearing where your faculty peers judge whether administration has met the burden of proof for termination is how the AUP defines that principle. Over the years, many schools have been removed from the national AUP censure list after improving their policies, but they often work with the AUP to get there. Yet the USG and the Regents refused AUP's offers for dialogue. Furthermore, the USG and the Regents ignored pleas from you and other faculty to do what needed to be done to get the system off the censure list. If, as expected, the USG and the Regents remain on the AUP censor list, it will be their own fault. You can help them do the right thing by contacting the Regents and the Chancellor and tell them there's only one way to end the censure, the simple fix offered by the AUP. Their contact information is available on the USG website, usg.edu. And finally, you can join us and fight for tenure at aup.org. And you can read more about the censure at aupgeorgia.org.